Hi, it's Grace, and sorry if you can hear my washing machine in the background, but the whole reason I'm doing this video is because I need to do my washing, and this is my current amount of washing. And then there's things that I've like folded, like sitting around for like 3 weeks, and then on the back of this chair is all stuff that needs to be hung. Alright, so I guess I should update you guys on, I don't know, my grief. Still pretty, most of the time, consuming. My health doesn't help, like, I know. It's kind of makes everything feel a lot worse, but I still cry multiple times a day. I don't really know what to do about that. I am trying to work through it the best way I can, and my partner as well, but we're still pretty broken. I don't know how else to put it. We talk about Lena all the time, and it still feels like she's here, and then you realise she's gone. Like, that just happens way too many times a day. Still, like, it's been 6 months. And I don't really feel any different. Like, I feel like a different person. Like, okay, this is really hard to explain. I just feel different. Just feel like I have been sad for so long. I'm just changed because of it. And like, as it probably should be. It was really traumatic. My partner and I are obviously still traumatized and trying to get on with life, but it's hard, and we don't know how else to make it better than just wait for the phone call that our friend is ready. We're just, I think, trying to get through until then and hope it changes stuff. I know that sounds bad, but like, collectively we're not in a good headspace, and we try and talk to each other as much as possible about what's going on, but I don't know, neither of us really wants therapy either, so we'll figure it out. We always figure this stuff out, but it's just harder and different than any other time we've had to figure weird stuff out. And we're just broken, trying to hold our shit together. I know he's having a really bad day today, but he doesn't really want to talk about it yet, so I'll wait till tonight. And he's finished with work stuff and maybe wants to talk a little. It's really hard because we don't want to make each other sad. I mean, again, I think I've talked about this like 10 million times now. We just apologise for making the other one sad whenever we bring anything up, basically. Still, after 6 months, when we've both said, it's fine, just we need to talk about this, it's fine. The other person's sad anyway, like, it's okay. But we still feel bad making each other sad. And I don't know what to do to fix that, apart from keep doing what we're doing. It doesn't feel better, but I know we've worked through a lot of things, but this is like a lot to work around and figure out our lives without one of our most important components. Life's just different and wrong, and we're both lost. We're trying to do stuff together. Like, he wanted to sweep the cobwebs on the outside of the house. I'm like, I'll come with you. Not that I can help much, but I got like the dustpan and shovel, little brush. Was just kind of trying to get some off from around the windows. I tried talking to him for a while, and then I just started crying, and cried for like the rest of the time we're out there, because I'm not used to doing stuff without Luna. Still, we still should have been getting help outside and doing chores, because that's what she liked. She liked being involved in everything, so we liked including her in absolutely everything. So the fact that it was just the two of us doing something, and like, we knew that she would have loved to come and help a little bit, and then decide it was a bit too close to hard work and have to go, which I fully understand. It's just lonely. And again, I know that's the two of us, but it's still not right. She just left the biggest lunar-sized hole. And I've talked about filling the void before. With my health, I can't help in ways that I would like to. I would like to volunteer to help animal causes around my area, but I don't know what I would do. Raising money is good. I could try and figure out how to do that, but I just don't have the energy. And I save up whatever energy I find. I'm gonna squirrel it away a little bit, because I might have to like straighten my hair, and that takes a lot of energy. Or I might want to film a video and pick up the clothes that were on the floor from the night before, and still have mascara everywhere. I even tried to get that off before bed, but you know, it's me. I always live with mascara remnants on my face. I just don't know. I always have songs playing in my head, but there's two at the moment. They're kind of fighting. One's 9 Inch Nails. Oh my god. Mental blank. Ugh. Name of the song will be somewhere. And Labyrinth by The Cure, because I just don't feel right. And I felt not right before, but this is a very different and uncomfortable level. And my normal coping mechanisms aren't exactly helping. So what do you do about that? Try and find new ones. Like, it's not that I'm not trying. Crafts have always been a really good go-to for me. I've been, well, you've seen painting and making weird things. And I don't really feel like doing that at the moment. I don't have the brain power to like sit there and paint something. Like, I've been looking at that Fox canvas going, I really should do something, but then what should I do? And I was like, oh, this or that. Oh, but it's canvas, it really needs paint or like a permanent marker, because everything else is not going to stick on that very well. I really just want to like colour it in with gel pens, but I can't see that ending well. It's like I just stare at it and go, I meant to have to get paints and brushes. And I just can't be bothered. That seems like a lot of work, like figuring out what colours I want where, and no, thank you. I tried colouring in just like a regular colouring book, and I was still pretty unimpressed with the physicality of it. It seems so dumb. But the action of holding the pen and then colouring in a little space, it hurts. I've got pen grips and stuff, but like, yeah, thanks. Cracking and proving my point. My hands just suck. Anything that you need dexterity but with strength, something little that you've got to use a bit of force, not on. One of the worst things I do in my job, oddly enough, picking up larger things doesn't hurt as much as picking up smaller things. So picking up change a million times. You know, it sounds so dumb, but like, it hurts me less to pick up like, you know, a 10-kilo box. Sort of. I'll get into that one. But like little things, like picking up chocolate bars or something over and over, or like hairpins. Like, no way I can pick up hairpins. It's not happening. If something is on the floor at work, it's gonna stay there. I am useless. I feel less than useless. So when I say I don't hurt picking up heavy things, I'll feel it later. But my body has this wonderful thing it likes to do, and it's all like, hey, you can do that thing. I'll be like, try and do the thing tentatively. Is it gonna hurt? Oh, that's not too bad. All right, I can do this. It's fine. And just, I mean, sometimes it takes seconds, minutes, hours, but it's gonna get me. It's gonna come back and haunt me, and I'm gonna be in pain. I don't know why it takes different amounts of time to realise how much pain I'm actually in. No idea. But like if I lift something heavy and it feels alright at the time, I can generally count on my shoulders and stuff hurting later. But even then I don't know how much it's gonna hurt. Like sometimes I can lift a couple of kilos, like sort of this height, or just, I don't know, stocking stuff, doing this for a little while. And I put my arms down and go, oh, that fucking hurts. And then I'm like, oh, okay, kind of get used to that pain. And then at some point later, it's gonna hurt a lot. Sometimes a lot is like a 4 on the pain scale. Sometimes it's like an 8. Anything on the pain scale still hurts. So how do you live life like that? No one knows. I've read a lot of things. I know a lot of people. I know family members. It doesn't work. You're gonna have medication to try and lessen your pain so you can do things, but what is it doing? Okay, so I can fold some clothes and stuff, so that's a good time, but I'm still in pain. I still can't feel most of this hand. This hand is this thumb. This one's not happy, but this one likes to like try and pop out all the time. It's great. So what can you do? You can either not do anything or deal with the pains and weird joints being out, like as they happen, which I have a whole box full of like a strap for every part of your body. But you kind of live in constant fear, like you need to feel worse about all your other stuff going on. Everyone's got a life they're living without having to worry that your body is failing you again every 2 seconds, in different and new ways sometimes, which is good. There's just no consistency. You can't prepare yourself for anything. You can only expect the worst and hopefully be pleasantly surprised. Again, it's not really a way to live. I do not recommend it. That's why I feel like I'm kind of crazy. But, like, legit, living like this is gonna mess with your mental health. Absolutely. And that's something I think gets overlooked. It's kind of either, like, you've either got mental health problems or physical health problems. There's like a small group that acknowledge both at the same time. And a lot of people, like, I understand mental and physical health are connected, but when is mental health just mental health and not an actual problem with your brain? So not just chemical imbalances, because they should be able to sort of test for that. The reaction I was having, or am still having, with that pain medication, again, it just kind of cuts out my crying. So what is going on in my brain that I'm crying all the time? Like, I know I miss Luna. It's perfectly normal to feel this way, but I don't think everyone's is sort of as intense. Like, when it comes time to that medication wearing off, the closer it gets to that time, the more weepy I am. I don't even mean it. Tears just start flowing out of my eyes, and I'll be like, oh, must be nearly time to take that medication again. And that's really strange, and just covering up a symptom instead of maybe addressing it. Because, I mean, everyone feels a little crazy sometimes. Life is pretty crazy sometimes. But it feels really weird to acknowledge both sides of this. So what happens when you feel crazy, but you know you feel crazy. I don't think that means you're crazy. There's uncontrollable things, but my brain really feels broken. And if it was only my brain, I'd be like, okay, serious mental health intervention. But it's my physical body, but it's not just after, it was still around 6 months ago. It has been around my whole life. It's getting worse. So I can't isolate incidences like this. I can only say that normally I run very hot, but this second time in my life that I have been such an emotional wreck that my body's cold. That really doesn't work for me. Like, I usually, too much information, but I don't wear pajamas. Like, it's too hot for that even in the middle of winter. But the last couple of winters I've been cold. I know we've moved, but there's also been a lot of emotional stuff, and it's not cold at the moment. I've had the heater on even though the sun's out today. Like, I'm comfortable, but normally even on a day that's like, I don't know, I think it's about 25 outside, I can still wear my dressing gown and be like, yeah, it's cold. It's not right. And there's things that affect your brain, of course. And the symptoms that come up being physical and psychiatric, it has to be a problem while I've been here. My MRI showed, I can't think of the word right now, but from what I can understand, it's like a mess of blood tubes. It's not great in one of my vertebrae. But what happens if that's a sign of other stuff that's going on? What happens if there's like the veins and stuff that go through your brain and stuff aren't doing their job properly, or they've got a little mess of, vessels going on that are causing issues? Like, I think they can grow like that. They don't just have to be like that. I think they can grow like that too. I could be wrong. I'm not a doctor. I'm just trying my best to understand what on earth my body's doing. And I really think that, I know it's kind of a big statement, but people with chronic illnesses need to be treated like a little bit more like a doctor, because we're experiencing all these symptoms and the doctor should be able to help understand what's happening. Help us understand what's happening whilst trying to also figure out what's wrong. I have a message, that's great. I don't know. I really, if I had the brain power, studying medicine as a whole, it might be kind of cool. But just doing what I'm doing, I swear, I read so much on so many things, just trying to find connections, and there's, of course, everything's connected. So if I've got sort of multiple organs all doing the wrong things and multiple systems all doing the wrong things, your brain controls all that stuff. It's got to be in my head, like, literally. I sort of, I don't know, I'm theorizing how that much intense trauma and all the shit that goes along with that, like, if you've already got dodgy collagen, in times like that, stress puts greater stress on your, oh my god, heart, veins, shit. If your blood pressure's high, and like, I don't know, maybe they expand, and because our collagen's like really stupid, it doesn't contract back the same as other people that go through times of stress. They might have the same open up of the blood vessels that put pressure on your brain, but then like they shrink better and they go back to normal-ish. I don't know how else to explain how it feels. There's an intense pressure in my head most of the time, but coughing and sneezing, pooping, laughing, lots of things just give me a headache. And just, again, over time gets worse. I could never quite describe to doctors, like, do you get headaches? I'm like, well, not really, but they were like, well, it doesn't sound like migraines, but it's like a pressure that comes and goes, and sometimes Panadol and stuff doesn't feel like it does anything. It just feels like it's a balloon. Like, and yeah, I didn't know why. I never called it pressure before, but there's pressure in my head. It hurts. It feels like sometimes, like today is not great, better than other times, but there's just pressure right at the back of my skull. Feels like it is completely crushing my brain, like up. And I get like a really stiff neck. There was a period of time I thought I had the wrong pillow for like 6 months. It didn't occur to me at the time. It wasn't until a couple of years later I'm like, sorry. I didn't have a pillow problem. Neck problem, more than likely. Oh well, I just normalised so much pain. It's not until I actually stop and think, oh yeah, normal people don't live like that. So, I don't know. It's kind of the culmination of freaking everything that's been going on. My body's like, nope, I give up. Good luck with that. I understand where it's coming from, but still super annoying. I don't feel like I make any sense most of the time. I know there's a lot of thoughts going on in my brain, but most of them are a bit fast. And I don't feel like I can catch them. Again, I don't know how to describe this stuff. I'm living in a bit of a fog or a trance. Everything seems a touch not quite right. But then again, that might be my sensory input. Parts that are numb, not getting the right information is kind of confusing. I drop stuff a lot, think I've got a good hold of something, and I don't. Sometimes when I'm feeling overwhelmed, that's my washing machine, I should finish this up, I just shut down. And it's getting worse as I get older. I can't, like, if I'm already not feeling well and there's a sound, that sound is not good to me. I need to get away from like a lot of sounds, but it doesn't have to be silent. If I put my own music on, I'm fine. But if I'm down the street, there's music I don't like, there's not necessarily even a lot of people, there's just lights, there's a lot of stuff going on, I can't process everything. My body goes, no, we need to go. And that's not normal for everybody either. I could put it down to a lot of things, but all in all, there's just got to be not a good brain thing happening, which was just the best sentence I've ever spoken. But you know what I mean. There's nothing else that controls all that stuff. Oh my goodness. So this is still an outfit on my floor from yesterday. It's beautiful. I'm actually just going to, I lied. I didn't finish that sentence, but I still lied. I thought these towels were going to be for use soon, but I don't think they are. I think I actually have to fold them too. Oh my gosh, I have been talking for like 25 minutes and still haven't managed to do anything. Yay! And that's why I can't do 2 things at once. I can't do it anymore. Like, I like to think I can still do 2 things at once, but in all reality, feels like I've got one brain cell in there and he's trying real hard to do his job. But like, his work site or job site, wherever he's working, is just like falling apart. Have you played Alice Madness Returns? And like, it starts off pretty and a bit weird, and then like everything just starts degrading more and more. It's kind of like that. Ooh, ow, but not quite as much fun. I can't even play video games at the moment because like you need thumbs and my thumbs really suck. I really don't know what I'm going to do if this gets much worse, apart from, I don't know. Doctor declares I can't use my arms. I can't work anymore. I need full-time care. Like, that does not sound very appealing to me. I mean, it doesn't sound appealing to anybody, but I just think there has to be a problem that no one can find yet. especially because the things going wrong in my body are on both sides. Like, some sides are a bit different, but like the carpal tunnel, both sides. Elbow pain, thumbs wanting to dislocate, both sides. So, I've got to figure this out. Oh, just standing up. Oh, and then sitting down. More of a headache. Fabulous. Whew. Alright, well, hopefully I get the rest of this washing put away. I was going to try and do that and then have a lie down. But I think I might need to move up that lie down. Oh, pain. Alright. See you soon. Bye.